I'm Chuck Zach along with Kevin Carpenter, and you are checking out the very first of our Leaving the Yard presentations brought to you here by Texarkana Gameday. First of all, we are stoked beyond words to be able to be here on Game Day. We want to thank Morgan Smith so much for making this a reality for us. For those who don't know us, Kevin and I are part of a group of 5 guys that have been doing this kind of show for the past 25 years on radio here in Texarkana, and things changed in radio, and so we got the opportunity to come here, and Morgan has been more than gracious to open the door to create the beginnings of this set, which is a work in progress. It'll be different in another week or so, but right now we're functional, we're operating, and Kevin and I are so happy to be here today, and that's a little bit of the background.
What a blessing, because you called me, I've been on your show, 5 years?
No, it's not. Probably
longer than that?
Probably 3.
It feels like 50.
Well, that was Tony's show.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been doing this a long time, and I secretly always wanted Morgan to invite us over here to do this. Yes. And he never did.
You didn't tell me that.
Yes. I secretly wanted that because I knew it would go out. More people will
to
see
the masses.
us. Yeah. Not they need to see me, but to see you.
Well, that's true.
So I would like to personally thank, he's sitting right over there, the Don Corleone of Texarkana Sports Media, Morgan Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a gripe with Morgan since we're doing this, since we got all this love. The story that ran in the Texarkana Gazette yesterday.
I saw that.
That picture on the front page was I'm supposed to send a copy of the paper to my mother, and I can't.
Yeah.
The picture's so bad. So don't look at the front page of the Gazette from Sunday. Go to the sports page. It's a better picture. But they never asked me for a.
Where were you at you were out at the desert or something?
No, we were at the PG playoff game. We were over there doing no. It was PGLE game. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
It opened up the year last year. So it's a terrible picture, and I don't scowl that much most of the time.
Yeah,
just saying. No, I don't. Only in class.
He's normally pretty happy.
Only in class.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, we've got a full show for you today. We certainly have 2-a-days beginning today in high school football around the areas. For some, it's freshmen. The varsity may be showing up tomorrow. Others are already doing the varsity practices. So we're going to talk a little bit of that certainly today. It is the trade deadline in baseball. So we're going to once again talk about how the Dodgers probably ruined baseball for everybody again.
Are you mad at the Dodgers?
Well, we'll come there.
Okay.
Bottom of the hour, always mad at the Dodgers.
Oh, I am too.
Bottom of the hour, Gerry Stanford's going to be joining us. We're going to try to Zoom him in, so that's going to be a brand new thing as well as we go to not having to necessarily have guests here in studio, but Zooming them in so you can see them. He will be the first guest ever on the Game Day version of Leaving the Yard.
Yeah, he's earned it.
Yeah. Well, he's the old guy left.
He is the old guy left.
We got 2 new coaches. Willard's kind of a baby, and then Gerry, who's an old man.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We're going to have a feature coming up in the second segment today that we're going to do every Monday.
Yeah.
Because for those who don't know Kevin, his favorite thing in the world is creating Mount Rushmores. And if you've never been around the Mount Rushmore thing, that means the 4 people that are most influential, or the 4 movies that are the best guy movies, or the 4 things that are best to put on your hot dog, whatever it is, is your thing.
I've done those before.
The Mount Rushmore of hot dogs?
Or barbecue food, yeah.
Okay, so see, we've got a whole
I've
year.
got millions in my head.
You had a hard time coming up with
and
the first
we'll get to the second segment, but Eric Aiken and Morgan are sitting over here looking at me.
Yeah.
And they're already disagreeing with my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah. Oh, I
want
have
disagreement.
disagreements. Oh, I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, doing that second segment today as well. So, and then we'll wrap the show up talking about miscellaneous stuff, what's going on in the world of sports. And that's kind of sort of going to be our thing. If you've never had a chance to check out the radio version of what we've done, it's kind of what we do. It's kind of a man talk segment first. It's what's going on in the world second. It's an interview third. And then we wrap it up with whatever's going on that we can, come up with. And that's what we've got for today as well. And before we do anything else, we need to give love to the sponsors who have helped to make this thing a reality. Stuart Title, Eagle Distributing, Clear Sound Audio, Liberty ILO ISD, Edward Jones with Greg Cordray. Those guys are out of the gate already on board with us We have a thing we're going to start on Thursday that's going to incorporate a lot of restaurants, and we're going to give stuff away to you. So as you're involved in the show, you're going to get a chance to win a bunch of stuff. And in fact, the very first thing I'm going to say to the audience out there is, here's your chance to be part of that. So as you share the show, we'll be able to see at the end of the day your name, you shared the show. When you do that, by the time we get to Thursday, and we'll start this every day beginning after Thursday forward, we're going to be spinning a wheel, digital wheel, and the person whose name we had chosen, who had shared the show that we drew out randomly, is going to get a gift card for $25 from whichever restaurant the wheel lands on. So you get food, you get free food, and you get it by doing one very simple thing. Share the show. Yeah. If you hit share, you're already automatically registered to be able to get some food from us on Thursday.
If you're a business, why wouldn't you advertise through Texarkana Gameday? I mean,
right?
I have people I went to high school with that I haven't seen in 58 years, and it hasn't been that long.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
They watch Texarkana Gameday all over the world.
Well, now they're going to watch it more.
So,
yeah, because you're on it.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, the whole Carpenter family's watching.
Okay,
and that's about
good.
it. So
share.
I have 4 fans.
And not Sonny and share, but share. Share the thing.
Yeah.
You do that, you're going to get food.
There you go.
Eventually, hopefully. Anyway, that's where we start today. And by the way, we're going to give you a quick rundown of the week. Tomorrow, MC Voigt, who is the new women's basketball coach at A&M Texarkana, is going to be in studio with us. She'll be here at 5:30. She is the first female basketball coach in Eagles history. So we're excited about that. Wednesday, we're on the road. We're going to Bubba's on Wednesday because Liberty Ilo takes over Bubba's, and we will be there to help host that. So show's going to be out of the studio on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Greg Tepper from Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine.
You waited to get Tepper on when I'm not on the show, when it's not my day.
Well,
so you owe me one.
There were a lot of moving parts today. Okay. There were a lot of things that were moving and are still very fluid.
I got a bone to pick with Tepper.
Well, you can leave a comment. Or you can comment on the show when you're watching it. You can type in a comment and go like, Tepper's stupid. I like Matt Stepp better, or whatever. Whatever your thing is.
Yeah.
You can do that. And that's part of what you can do, too. Your interaction with us is certainly going to be a thing that helps us to drive the show forward as well. So be patient with us as we work out the logistics. Like I keep bumping the mic. Be patient with us while we're doing that, and we'll do our best to hopefully entertain you for an hour and give you a lot of local flavor of sports here in Texarkana, because that really is the key to what we've been doing over the last 25 years, is giving a venue where folks from the local and area and regional schools all get a chance to have their kids, their coaches, their programs talked about, or even in here talking to us. Right?
Right.
There it is. There's the intro. Bump. We did that part. 2 days today.
Yeah.
It is warm today. The state of Texas, of course, passed new rules about how you have to deal with the heat. And when we get Gerry Stanford in here at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk about that in a whole lot more depth. Because to be honest with you, there's always the risk of the heat in Texas and Arkansas in the month of August, and even a little bit in September, being dangerous for kids and coaches who are out there working in it. And so the state has changed the dynamic a bit. Now, you old dogs are out there going, we went out there no matter what the temperature was, and we didn't have any water break. They didn't give us water back then.
We had one water break.
If you asked for water, you had to run laps.
Out of a hose.
Yeah, those days you had to drink out of the cow trough.
Yeah.
Those days are gone, obviously. We every year we see nationwide kids that pass away, unfortunately, from some tragedy that's heat-related. And so the state has become much more proactive in making sure that the kids are as safe as possible, and it is a brand new day today in what the schools are having to do. And Texas High's coach is going to tell us a little bit more about that at the bottom of the hour. But, we can laugh and joke about, wanting to make the kids run and all that stuff, but they're terrified of their kids getting hurt, their kids collapsing, and from heat exhaustion. I mean, that's the worst thing. They're your kids. You're taking care of them. And so today the schools are having to be even more diligent about it than they've ever been before.
Yeah, I don't know. We were really stupid back in the day, if you really think about it.
Well, we didn't know.
We didn't know, but yeah, we're way smarter now. Even the way they practice. I mean, we'll talk to Coach Stanford.
Yes.
If he does the old two-a-days, or they just have one big long practice.
Right.
Which, gosh, when I was in high school, I wish we'd have done that. That's the worst thing's going home, taking a shower, taking a nap, and then, oh my gosh, I got to go back.
Again.
I got to go back.
What's the value of two-a-days? I mean, you're a guy that was in athletics. What's the value of two-a-days?
Getting in condition. But the thing is, these schools now, they're in condition. I mean, I know for sure at Pleasant Grove, and I know at Texas High, you go to summer conditioning.
Right.
It's not a voluntary
Well,
thing.
it's voluntary.
Voluntary.
That's right.
But if you don't go, you're not going to play. So
Well,
you better go. And I think at PG they let you go on. If you're going to go to church camp or you're going to go on vacation, you can go, but it better not be more than a few days.
Well, you got a whole summer.
Because you can ask Coach Stanford. I bet Marshall's been working out all summer.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
And Gilmer.
I'm not going to say what
Carthage. So you better show up. But they show up in shape.
Yes.
When long time ago, my age or Morgan's age, they I didn't work out during the summer.
What'd you do during the summer?
Nothing.
We were at
I
the
played
pool?
baseball.
Okay, well, that's working out.
All summer.
You're staying active.
It's not football shape.
Well, that's not.
My mom's watching, so I won't.
Don't say everything you did.
What
You
we
don't need to
really
be in
did.
trouble.
So
No.
yeah, I gotta get used to. There's probably more people listening, so I need to
Be careful of your stories.
Yeah. Morgan, can we cuss?
No, what?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
The guy from
Head
FCA
of FCA is here.
That's a good segue.
We'll,
You're asking about cussing, and Eric.
Not that we do that
FCA.
anyway, but
Well,
Billy might.
It slips out occasionally.
Yeah.
Just every once in a while. But anyway, that's where we start things today. So 2 days going on. That is certainly a big deal because we're getting closer and closer finally to the first high school football game. You know, I've been calling high school football games for a lot of years, and there is this hole in your life.
It's unbelievable.
Between the time when the last football game ends and the first football game begins again. And we're getting close to seeing the end of that hole. The hole's getting smaller.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
And I'm not giving soccer any glory, but it kind of gave me a few things. Listen, if we would have had a show 2 or 3 weeks ago,
we did.
I would have lost friends because of my soccer takes.
Okay. Well, you're going to.
I tried.
End of the show today. We're going to wrap up with some yard sale stuff, as Zach Doty calls it, and you can vent about soccer. Then.
And I don't know. You know, every summer it's like I've never been this excited for football. But every summer you're like, there's no way I can be more excited for football.
Well, if you're a Cowboy fan, you're going to win the Super Bowl.
Listen, look at that.
See, I mean, isn't that the truth? It's August. The Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. It's August.
Texas will win the national championship.
See,
the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl.
What about the Rangers?
The Rangers, we'll get to them in a minute.
Okay.
They've quit.
Okay.
They've quit, and it's Pleasant Grove's going to beat Carthage.
Yes.
And it's all.
We have 4 state champions this year, or only 3
in high school.
Yeah.
I know there's 2 teams that have a good chance.
You're going all the way down to 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I won't say what 2 because we've got them all represented. I love them all.
You're a little pessimistic then because it's August and they're all going to win.
Yeah, it's that even the kids are like, we got a chance to win it all.
See?
I mean, even over at North Lamar, they think they're going to win.
Well, they don't really.
You're right.
They know better.
I can quit bagging on North Lamar because they're not
really
in our district anymore.
No.
So,
okay. Tell you what, let's take I say break. We got to do a little business here. So let's do that first. Number one, we mentioned the fact that Liberty ILO has come on as a sponsor. So every day when we come to the break talking about Liberty ILO, we're going to give you kind of a lowdown on what's happening with the Leopards this week and the upcoming week, kind of their schedule. That's what our agreement is with them. And so first of all, and we already mentioned, Leopards are taking over Bubba's on Wednesday. You're all invited to come out. Why wouldn't you? We're going to have a bunch of young men. We're going to have a bunch of coaches. We're going to have, I'm assuming, cheerleaders and the whole kit and caboodle. So great food, Leopard football. Why not? Number one. Number two, meet the teacher next Monday. That's 4:30 to 7. I know
still come meet their senior year history teacher.
No, teachers I know are looking forward to seeing all the children. So come on over to Liberty ILO, 4:30 to 7. All campuses on Monday. And then, of course, this for the kids, first day of school is Wednesday. So enjoy that. Also, Edward Jones would do this. Life happens. You can't predict the unexpected, but you can be prepared for it.
Right.
How about that? Edward Jones financial advisor Greg Cordray can help you with your financial goals, planning for life's ups and downs. So call Greg Cordray, Edward Jones, member SIPC. We thank both those guys for hopping on with us. Thank you so much. All right, we're moving on. Number 2. We have on our, I think we had on our schedule the baseball trade deadline. So we'll do that first, and then we got to come back from Mount Carpenter.
Mount Carpenter.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, Mount Carpenter. Start with baseball trade deadline. The Rangers, nothing today.
Today's the deadline.
Today's it. Deadline's today. Astros minor pickup, picked up an outfielder, nothing big. The Brewers picked up a couple of starting pitchers because they really had to react to the Dodgers picking up Derek Skubal over the weekend, and here we go. I'm reading a really good article this weekend, I think in the New York Times, that was talking about why are the Dodgers the ones who continue to make these trade deadline moves when the rest of baseball doesn't? Is it just because they're rich?
No.
And why is it?
They're smart.
That's a good answer.
They're very smart.
I think
very well run. And they're rich.
How about that? Rich, smart, and well run. Yeah. And have a good minor league system where they know the guys that they gave up to Detroit this weekend, they are not at the top of the pecking order for the Dodgers farm system.
The Mets have just as much money.
Yes.
But they're stupid.
Very.
So they don't make good decisions. The Red Sox are rich. They make pretty good decisions.
Most of them.
Apparently the Brewers aren't rich.
They're not rich at all.
But they make good decisions.
Sometimes.
The Rangers are neither.
Rangers are rich.
So I read something. I didn't read the whole article because I hate to read. I'm just telling you.
Comic books? You do comic
Evan
books?
Grant. I'll read comic books. I used to read The Far Side. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I sure do.
Evan Grant wrote something that the Rangers farm system is depleted. It's not as near as good as it was.
Nope.
And they really don't have, maybe why they didn't make a move is because they didn't have anybody to trade.
Well,
so they couldn't go after Skubal because they didn't. But not if you're going to go after Skubal's the guy, the best pitcher in baseball, probably. One of the top 3 or 4.
Jacob Mizorowski, yes.
That's the guy from the Brewers.
Right.
Left-handed, young, at the end of his contract. And the Dodgers went and got the Rangers. They couldn't have got him. They didn't have the money, or they didn't have the. They didn't need money. They needed parts.
Yes. They did not have assets that they were.
Tigers were like, I don't want any of your parts.
No. Your parts stink.
No. Yeah. So they didn't do anything.
Well, and the other part of the Rangers doing nothing is we're now on a season low 5-game losing streak. They went into Houston, got swept, went into Houston with the division lead, come out behind the Astros now. And if I'm looking at trading assets to make a run, do I believe this team is good enough to get in the playoffs? And I don't think the Ranger management believes they are.
No, then why not sell?
Because I don't know that their parts are worth selling.
Would anybody take Corey Seager?
He's been injured.
I know. And, DeGrom said today he doesn't want to be traded, so he waived his.
Sure.
So you can't trade him.
Nope.
So he wants to stay.
What are you going to move?
Yeah, they don't have anything to move.
They don't have very many parts to move. They don't have many minor league assets to buy. And so you're kind of stuck in a place where you've just watched Houston, which was dreadful to start the year, make a move to put themselves in first place.
Yeah, it's still not crunch time yet, but the Rangers play the Giants, I believe.
Today.
If they lose 2 out of 3 or get swept, then it's over. I think it's really critical because it looks like Houston, they didn't pick up a lot either, the Astros didn't. But if they get 3, 4, 5 games behind, then they're done. And it's too late to trade anybody.
I'm going to make the argument they're never going to be done this division. They can get 3 or 4 games behind, and the Astros can lose 6 in a row. Well, I don't think any of the teams in this division are 6 games better than anybody else. I think they're all going to.
But do you spend the money to, you make the playoffs, you're going to get the Red Sox, you're going to get Tampa, the White Sox are good. I mean, who are you going to beat in the playoffs? So you're going to give away assets to get swept?
And your thought was well, we've got DeGrom and we got Eovaldi, and we'll figure out a third pitcher, and we can beat anybody. But Eovaldi's gotten hammered.
Yeah.
DeGrom's not been great. And all of a sudden you look at a short series saying instead of being the superior team with pitching, we're the inferior team with pitching. What chance do you have in a 3-game or 5-game series?
Why didn't they go get Waka? I mean, he wouldn't cost a lot.
I don't think
he's going to give you 6 solid innings.
I don't think they think they're close enough to make a move. I really don't. And if you're not close enough to make a move, then why make a move?
That's frustrating for a fan that you're right there. Just one part might win the division.
Whatever. But Scooball, let's go back to him for just a minute, because that trade is a big deal, and probably a bigger deal even than this season. It's a conversation about not just are the Dodgers going to be that much better than everybody else now that you've got Ohtani and Yamamoto and Snell's still there, and Glasgow's still there. I mean, you've still got guys that are there, and you've added Scooball to the top of that rotation. But it's a rental for the part of this year, number one. And number two, it's probably going to result in Major League Baseball's negotiation next year doing so many crazy things that stop the Dodgers or the Mets from being able to spend as much money as they have spent.
I'll go as far as say, here comes the lockout.
It's going
to be a lockout.
I wouldn't disagree.
The owners are going to say, we've had enough.
The owners are the ones spending the money.
Yeah, but the Rays aren't spending money.
And they're winning.
Which
means you don't
they're
have
a different.
Well,
they're a well-run organization.
The
they don't have any money.
Spending money, and they're winning. So the argument of you got to spend the money, owners have had enough. Well, look at two organizations that have the best records in their leagues right now. They don't spend money.
Yeah. The White Sox don't spend money.
But the players, I think, are looking at this saying, wait a minute, the Brewers and the Rays have to spend more money. They're costing us money.
You can go back, if you watch the Ken Burns baseball documentary, if you haven't watched it.
What time is it? 22.
It took me that long to get to that.
To get to Ken Burns baseball.
I will do a Mount Rushmore of documentaries one day.
Okay.
The kids are excited about that.
But not this day.
But it's been like that since the beginning of baseball. After the Civil War, the owners had all the power.
Right. And all the money.
All the money.
Yeah.
And then it flipped with the Curt Flood, free agency, and now the players have all the power. And the owners
have all the money.
They have all the money.
That's right.
So the players, they're not gonna cave in. Why would they? Because they're getting, if you get a $500 million contract like Ohtani's getting, why would you say, all right, we can have a salary cap?
I think they're okay with the amount of money. I think the problem is the Bobby Bonilla's.
Who's still getting paid.
Yeah. The Ohtanis, whose contract is going to be out, 30 years, whatever it is. There's the issue. The rich teams can do that. The poor teams can't, and that's going to be a loophole I think baseball is going to close in this next contract negotiation that's coming up. The players' union and the owners are going to have to stop that part. That brings everybody back in line again. If you actually follow a salary cap, like maybe the Dodgers and Mets aren't, but you keep them from being able to extend out these massive contracts, it at least brings them in a little bit more toward the rest of the pack. But the Royals, the Twins, the whomever have to spend money. Yeah. They've got to actually act like they want to win, and they haven't.
There needs to be a floor. I mean, there's got to be a minimum.
Well, there is a minimum.
I mean, but
it's not a very high minimum.
Listen, I'm a capitalist, and I think get whatever you want to get. I'm for getting as rich as you can.
There you go. You're a Longhorn fan. That's what you do.
I was just about to work that in.
Yeah.
I want a salary cap in baseball, but I don't want it in college football.
Well, you're not going to have
ever.
One. Well, that's a Congress problem at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking Longhorns. Let's shift gears because every Monday, we're going to throw our graphic up here. Every Monday, you're going to get.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't that beautiful?
You put that on.
Oh yeah, that's on the show. That's the Fab Four right there. You thought the Beatles were the Fab Four? This is the actual Fab Four. Billy Lavender, Kevin Carpenter, David Pinkerton, and Tyler Huff.
First of all, David doesn't look that good.
That's true.
Nice looking fella, but not
that good. No, agreed.
Yeah.
Anyway, your topic today is what?
All right. Let me give you a little background real quick.
Okay.
My son, Zach, and I love making lists. We'll make a list of Who are the 10 best shooting guards in NBA history?
Wow.
Who has the best baseball uniform? I'm looking at helmets over there, and there's 2 over there that would make the Mount Rushmore of football helmets.
Buffalo and San Francisco.
No, you know which one of them. Eric knows which one it is.
Which one?
It's that Texas one.
Oh, the Houston Texans?
Yeah.
The Houston Texans, really? No.
Yeah, so anyway, I thought, since this is the first show, I want everybody to know that I'm a Texas Longhorn fan.
Yes, your shirt's a clue.
I think a lot of people know that.
Right.
We go to most of the home games. My daughter, her picture's up over there.
Yeah.
Texas Palm Squad. We love them. So I got to thinking, who's the most influential Texas Longhorns of all time?
Okay. That's a good list.
I meant who made an impact for the university on the sports field and beyond.
So not the best. We got to have this distinction here. They're not the best.
You can say who are the legends of the University of Texas.
If I was asking you, and we'll put your list up here in a second. If I was asking you, does the best and most impactful, are those intersecting, and it's a 4
I think
for
it
4?
will. You'll see the list, and I think it will.
All right, we'll start with your first guy.
First guy, you mean to go in order?
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll
what
go
he puts
number
up
one.
on your
We'll see who
list.
the guys put up first.
Oh,
that's an easy one. It's Vince Young.
Okay.
Probably the best performance in any national championship game ever.
Okay.
Eric?
Well, I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
No.
Nobody
can argue that.
No one's going to argue Vince Young had an amazing game. Amazing game.
Okay, the Don over there, Morgan Smith, stirred.
He can gasp. That's okay. He had an amazing game. So tell me why he's the most impactful on your list of Longhorns.
Because he did something that hadn't been done since 1970.
Which is?
Win a national championship.
Okay.
And maybe should have won the Heisman, I think.
No argument.
But he single-handedly in the second half of that game, we can't say it because this is a family show, some things he said to his teammates on the sideline.
Fired him up.
And in the huddle on that last drive.
Yes.
And they all tell you, even Matt Leinart at USC, Reggie Bush, they all said when they got the ball back, they knew it was over. He's going to go score.
Yeah.
And they were thinking maybe we'll have enough time.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Vince Young.
Number 1.
I don't know if he's number 1.
Okay, but
now Mount Rushmore. First of all, do you kids back there know who's on Mount Rushmore?
They don't.
No, you don't.
Just assume they don't. Just tell them.
They know who's on.
Tell them.
Thomas Jefferson. Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan's not a. What the heck? Giving fake news.
All right, we'll go to the next one. Who we got?
DKR. Yes. See?
Okay.
Here's our guy. So if this conversation's best or most impactful, that's 2 conversations because our buddy Eric was looking it up like I did earlier today. And it's not even close. Colt McCoy, far away, is the most statistically important Longhorn quarterback. Statistically.
Stats.
Yes.
Yes. I think there's Colt lost to Texas Tech that year.
But would have beaten Alabama had he not been knocked out of the game.
We love Colt McCoy down there.
Yes.
He walks on water.
Yes. Had they beaten Alabama, would this conversation include Colt McCoy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be on there.
Right.
They'd both be on there.
All right.
Darrell K. Royal. I mean, you drive into Austin, Texas, that's the guy.
It's his stadium.
It's his stadium.
Right.
And he built Texas,
Right.
and he's a legend.
Yeah. What about Mac?
He was close.
Okay.
But he won a national championship. Darrell Royal won 2.
Okay, but Mac was 4 years less and won 9 games less.
Yeah.
In 4 years. 4 years, he would have won more games.
You know, when you look at legends.
Yes.
You know, Willie Nelson. He's just a legend. You can name the things he's done, but yeah. I'm thinking of Texas legends. But Darrell K. Royal, if the stadium's named after him.
Yeah.
He's it.
Okay.
So, you got a problem with that over there, Morgan Smith?
No problem with that. That's good. All right, number 3.
No, number 3. Now it's going to get controversial.
We got to hurry up because we're supposed to get Gerry Stanford on here.
Earl Campbell, Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, boy.
It was between him and Ricky Williams.
Really?
I think if you took a poll, went to a Texas football game, and asked 100,000 people, 90,000 would pick Earl Campbell. So that's why I picked him.
And they'd be wrong, right?
No, they would be right.
Ricky ran for 2,000 yards more.
He set a record.
30 more touchdowns. Average more yards per carry. Heck, Cedric Benson has more than Earl Campbell.
But he was the first.
All right. So your first gets legend status. Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I want to hear it. I mean, yeah. Now, the fourth one, when you put it up there, it's going to be controversial, is the Rocket, Roger Clemens.
All right.
So, when I was a kid, I remember I was in 7th or 8th grade. Yes, I'm old. Watching Roger Clemens, got to see him in person a few times pitch. Got to see him in the World Series, College World Series.
Okay.
7 Cy Youngs. Yes, he was juicing, but the guys he was pitching against were juicing also.
Okay.
So the steroid argument, I don't buy.
Well, in college he wasn't.
No, not in college.
But
no, his college career.
His college career.
No, he was dominant. He was the Rocket in college too.
So tell me why I shouldn't say, since you put DKR up on there, why we shouldn't have Cliff Gustafson up there as well.
I thought about it. I thought I'm just going to do one coach. So
Really?
I do Darrell K. Rule. Now, now listen, I might put Augie Garrido ahead of Gus, because he was a better coach. This is coming from somebody that I used to know, somebody that played for him.
I hear you.
I knew people that played for both coaches.
Okay.
And Augie might have been the best college baseball coach of all time.
Really?
I think.
Statistically?
Yes, better than Skip Johnson at LSU.
Wow.
Maybe.
All right. There's your Mount Rushmore.
Now, Kevin Durant didn't make the list?
1 year.
Yep.
And did he do anything? Did they win anything?
Nope. Scotty Scheffler didn't make the list. Colt McCoy didn't make the list.
Colt McCoy could have been on the list. Cedric Benson could have been on the list.
Do y'all know who Eddie Reese is?
No.
He was the men's swimming and diving coach.
Okay,
I think they won like 18 national championships.
If you're wearing a Speedo, you can't be on this list.
Yeah.
I'm just saying right now. I don't care. That's a thing. If you got a Speedo on, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. We're supposed to be getting Gerry Stanford on the show with us. I'm assuming he's ready. It looks like he is. We're going to do a quick commercial break. When we come back, coach of the Tigers joining us next. Gerry Stanford, you are checking out Leaving the Yard here on Game Day.
Mike Gillum here with Clear Sound Music. Do you play guitar, piano, or drums? Well, at Clear Sound Music, we now have everything the big box stores have. From brands like Fender, Paul Reed Smith, Reverend, Yamaha, Alvarez, Martin, we've got it all in stock. Clear Sound Music is at the corner of Cowhorn Creek and Kennedy Lane in Texarkana. That's clearsoundmusic.com.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a home or land, trust Stewart Title of Texarkana to help protect your investment from contract to closing. With experienced professionals, dependable title insurance, and personalized service, Stewart Title helps make every real estate transaction smooth, secure, and stress-free. Stewart Title is committed to being the premier title service company of Texarkana. Buying.
Whoa, welcome back. Chuck Zach, Kevin Carpenter, as we're coming at you live here from Texarkana Gameday. And I'll start with this. I'm impressed that we got this to work.
Professional.
Because between us and Gerry Stanford, I wasn't too sure this was going to actually going to work. But I see Gerry Stanford's face on our screen. So we welcome the coach of the Texas High Tigers for our very first show. You are our first, Coach Stanford. Be gentle.
Just means we're going to mess it up potentially and work out the kinks here.
Yeah, that's what we're working on is kinks. First of all, obviously, practice. We're here finally, Monday, first Monday in August. I'm assuming you and the coaching staff have been laying around all summer with nothing to do, just waiting for today. And you had to get out of bed and go, all right, here we are. Finally, we got to get up and do some work. I'm assuming that's how it's been all summer.
Yeah, pretty much. Just sit around, chop some wood, cut some grass, get ready for winter type deal.
Right?
Not much going on. We hit the road running freshman football today. Varsity will be here next Monday.
So you got another week because you've got the spring practice you did. So you get the little bit later start.
17 practices. Yeah, 17 practices in the spring. Freshmen started today. First day out. They're wide-eyed and ready to go. And varsity JV will hit it next week in the morning.
Obviously, UIL and the new heat safety protocols are, I'm sure, on everybody's mind. You guys all had to do a little bit of maneuvering this summer to get ready for what's going to be the new expectations from UIL to protect kids from the heat that we get here in the area. Wet bulb globe temperature is what it's called. We've got it up on our screen real quick for folks who don't know. You actually have a little device that we've put up here that's got 3 different measurements that they have to take, not just the temperature, not just the humidity or the heat index, but you've got a whole different layer of things that now have to be considered. And looking at this, Coach, what did it take for you guys to get prepared to be able to have practice today and next week with the varsity?
Yeah, the good thing it's been something that the UIL has been pushing upon us for the last 3 years to consider, and they put it into state law this year. And in reality, what they're trying to do is look for kids, and so that's what's best for kids, obviously. And the state looks at that case, and it applies to practices. Obviously, we're going to take the proper precautions to what those are. And so we've got the device that you're showing there, and that's kind of the wet temperature on the grass, the turf, whatnot. And we're in the process of putting up a weather station at the high school that'll measure for the entire district. So not just for high schools, but when you start talking about recess and you start talking about field days and things of those nature. We're going to protect our kids. So we're going to lengthful measures to make sure they're taking place and it's consistent throughout our district.
Now, we were talking about practice back in the day. Did your coaches do enough, you think, back in the day, or did they just not know any better? Or did you get amply hydrated and lots of breaks in between practice sessions, or did you guys think, like, we had no idea it was actually this dangerous to do what we were doing?
Yeah, I just think there's a ton of differences in today's time. And back then, that's what everybody did, right? We went to practice it. We were on the field about 8 o'clock in the morning. We'd go till about 10 or 11. And then if you had parents that could pick you up, you did. If you didn't, you walked home or you walked to a friend's house. Then you would normally walk back about 4 o'clock. And you'd be on the field again at 5 o'clock, and you'd practice till about 7 or 8 o'clock. And it was just the way it was. And I think a lot of that had to do with kids were outside. We knew how to play outside. We were playing pickup basketball, pickup football. We were running through the streets. We were playing in the woods. And I think in today's world where we do talk about the heat and the massive amount of temperatures that we deal with, what we don't talk about enough is kids being outside and playing in the heat and having some sort of bearing of what it's going to be like and their body being able to adjust to that. And so it's the proper precautions we're taking for what we deal with in today's world. And we're happy to be a part of that and to keep kids safe.
Now, we showed a second graphic a minute ago about all the factors that go into this, and part of that's the temperature, and part of that's the humidity, and ultimately you end up with a number that's the wet bulb globe temperature. It's not necessarily the same as the outside temperature. And the one that we have up on the screen shows it like an 86.1 degrees when they put all the factors together. But the next slide's really the one that's going to matter for you guys, and that's what do we do in Texas if we get to a certain number. So if we were at that 86.1, you can see on the chart we have up on the screen, from 82 to 70, it's considered a low risk, but you guys still have to then take maybe more breaks than you typically would have in the past. I think what the state says is you have to take at least 3 breaks of at least 4 minutes during an hour-long practice if the temperature is between 82 and 87 degrees. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, the humidity level along with the temperature is really the factor in how they're looking at this. And what they're looking at is how much more or less caloric value is the body putting out with sweat and being able to retain certain moistures within the body. Instead of exerting yourself too far to where you end up in some type of cardiac emergency. And that's what we don't want. And so we're fortunate here to have an indoor, right? Obviously, that puts us at a great advantage from people that don't. Where you're seeing the biggest result of what we're having to adjust to is really with our middle school. So morning practices for middle school, those are fine. We can do our 7th grade in the morning, but that 8th grade and our 9th grade, we get those kids at roughly about 2:30 during the middle of the afternoon. And so this year, we will have to bus all of our 8th graders over. They'll share the indoor opposite of our 9th grade, which then is going to have to push our varsity to start later being in the indoor. And so there are some adjustments we're having to make on travel and busing kids over and then busing kids back and getting coaches back for practice, and things of that accord. What the science that the UIL has given us, based on the last 3 to 5 years data, is that they feel like at September 20th, the first day of more or less fall, that 90% of our practices post September 20th will be able to be outside. Based on factors and science prior to that, in the last 3 to 5 years, is 90% of the practice will have to have adjustments due to the wet bulb prior to September 20th.
Well, Coach, I didn't know you're going to have to be a meteorologist to be a Texas high school football coach. Maybe you can get one on the staff.
That's why we bought a weather station. Yeah. We bought a weather station just to keep us honest.
So one day you're going to have to hire a staff member, just your meteorologist.
Yeah, do the weather.
All right, let's talk football. Doubt. Let's talk football. First of all, what were your numbers like? And then after practice, I know coaches, they go in and you're all going to talk about, man, that kid looked good. I didn't expect that. What did you see today?
Well, you had no varsity yet. That's not until next week.
Well, I know.
Yeah, today's freshman. So those are, we have them in 8th grade, and I think you'll see a lot of transition in bodies mentally and physically between 8th and 9th. And I think you see a large jump, obviously, I think between 9th and 10th. And this group's got a lot of good, really O-line, D-line bodies is really what we're pleased with right here in this group. About 78 kids in our freshman class right here. Really pleased with the development some of these guys have made over the summer. And it'll be an interesting year with them. We're excited to have them. It's a good, solid group of numbers to have around, and we'll have an A and a B team with our freshmen, and they'll kick off their first scrimmage not this Friday, but next Friday down in Marshall.
You guys during the summer unveiled a very souped up and cool weight room.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that for a minute and how that all came together, and what was what's the intent of this? Why'd you guys have to upgrade the weight room so dramatically?
I think a lot of things went into that. That's been a 10-year project since we've been here, of something we really wanted to manifest and transition into a modern day weight room. And not that there was something transitionally wrong with what we have, although we were trying to get a little bit more safer the way ADA codes are and wheelchair access to certain things, and make it in a weight room for not just football, but it's atoning to from golf to cheer to football, that any kid that walks in there can get the best workout possible for a high school athlete. And then when we began the developmental process of this back in February, that was to pitch to the weight room companies that came in and made a bid on it, was we want the best developmental weight room for the all-around athlete, to give every kid the opportunity to be the best that they can be. And so that's our district's motto. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's our weight room, we want to build the best we can. When we built the CTE buildings and the Parks Elementary, those were the same thing. We want the best possible. We're putting a new roof on Texas High this summer. We want the best roof, most efficient possible, that keeps kids and teachers safe. That transcends throughout our district in anything that we do. If it's going to be a uniform, if it's going to be a classroom, we want to provide the best means possible for any student athlete. And so you saw the baseball and softball turf that we did this last spring. We resurfaced our track and our tennis courts this summer. That's the first time our tennis courts had been done in decades. And we did that for every piece of the district that we could touch with post-bond revenue. And so the interest off the back of the bond, which has to go towards things that kids are in use of. And so we took that bond money from the end of it, on the interest of it all, and provided it towards and applied it towards all of our athletic facilities, and other things like our roof and some other projects across the district at Wake Village and in Nash. And I think we were able to touch the majority of all of our district, with the fortunate part of our voters voting to help our kids out and give our kids the best opportunities possible.
No more projects, right? Are we done with projects for a while?
I think we are on the tail end. Athletically, we got about 20% left that I think will finish up right there at the end of September.
Okay.
On a couple of projects that are study hall oriented for our kids to be able to study in post and before school.
Right.
And a couple small things that we've done just aesthetically across. We added some new batting cages in our indoor that just will finish up here in the next week or so, and a couple of other things. But yeah, no more projects for a while there, Chuck.
All right, before we let you go, obviously new district. We've talked about this with you in the past, but you add Terrell, you add Greenville to the district this year. I'm assuming this becomes a little bit more competitive for the Tigers.
You know, I think our district as a whole is really competitive this year. I think even more so in years past, where you look across the board and you're going to see a ton of parity across all teams. You know, White House got a new staff with a really young team. Terrell, a lot like us. You know, Terrell graduated, I think, 19 starters from last year. Wow. With a really talented sophomore class coming in and one of the top running backs in the country as a junior this year. And so, yeah, they bring in, and then you've got Greenville with a new staff as well. Hallsville's got a lot returning. Mount Pleasant had a breakout banner year last year, winning a playoff game. And a lot of those guys on defense from one of the best defenses in the state are back. And so I think you're going to see a lot of really good games in our district. And we get to kick it off with a Longview scrimmage and a really tough non-district schedule to prepare us for what we look to be a tough district run, but something we're excited about being a part of.
Well, I'm assuming a few weeks from now, 3-4 weeks from now, we're going to get you over at Bubba's, and we're going to have the whole Tigers take over Bubba's. So we will see you then. Can't wait to see your guys. Some new assistant coaches. We'll get all that together, and we invite folks to come out to Bubba's and enjoy the Tigers a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, August 26th.
Yep.
We'll be there with bells on right before our first kickoff against Tyler Legacy that Friday night.
All right. Gerry Stanford, thank you so much for coming on. Was it okay? Did this work okay for you?
Went great, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
It's all Zach Doty. If it wasn't for Zach, we wouldn't be on the air.
Somebody's got to be smart somewhere, right?
Amen.
Yeah.
Take it easy,
Thanks,
Coach. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
All right, tell you what, we'll take a break. We're coming back with our last segment. We'll do this first here on Game Day. You're watching Leaving the Yard.
Mike Gillum here with Clear Sound Music. Do you play guitar, piano, or drums? Well, at Clear Sound Music, we now have everything the big box stores have. From brands like Fender, Paul Reed Smith, Reverend, Yamaha, Alvarez, Martin, we've got it all in stock. Clear Sound Music is at the corner of Cowhorn Creek and Kennedy Lane in Texarkana. That's clearsoundmusic.com.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a home or land, trust Stewart Title of Texarkana to help protect your investment from contract to closing. With experienced professionals, dependable title insurance, and personalized service, Stewart Title helps make every real estate transaction smooth, secure, and stress-free. Stewart Title is committed to being the premier title service company of Texarkana.
All righty, welcome back. Chuck, Zach, Kevin Carpenter. We're coming at you live from the Texarkana Gameday Studios, our very first presentation of Leaving the Yard here at Gameday. And we got one more segment left to do. Tomorrow, Billy Lavender's going to be in here. Normally, he's a Wednesday co-host, but because the Leopards are taking over Bubba's on Wednesday, Tyler Huff is going to be flipping days. He'll be with us over at Bubba's on Wednesday. Billy's coming in here tomorrow. And don't forget, tomorrow we have the new women's basketball coach at A&M Texarkana, MC Voigt, who's going to be joining us here in studio. So we've got all that going on. I can't believe we got through 45 minutes and you did not talk about, Kevin Carpenter, the fact that the Longhorns nailed down another big-time recruit this weekend.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. Of course they did. Of course they did. Landon Williams-Callis, running back out of Richmond Randall.
Yeah.
Did you see his little presentation, how he did it?
I actually watched about 20 minutes worth of his highlights, too.
Yeah, he's not a very big back.
No.
Most put him at a 5-star.
Yeah.
So it's – and you know what? You look at recruiting now, and you're like, if Texas wouldn't have gotten him, you can say, well, okay, we'll get somebody in the portal. I don't know how you feel, but recruiting to me now is a little different because – yeah, it'll put Texas in the top 5 recruiting class. But, A&M will be 2 or 3.
Sure.
And
LSU.
Georgia, LSU. They're all going to be up there. But I'm telling you, if you get this Williams-Callis kid and he stays, you got to make him. They got to stay because he'll come in and he may not be a starter. So and I don't think we've been on the air since the kid. Of course, I forgot his name now. We started the show. But reclassified. He's the best cornerback in the country.
Yeah.
And he was about to start his senior year in high school, but he reclassified.
Yep.
You're the school teacher. How do these kids do that? I don't know.
Take English 4 during the.
You can just graduate whenever you want.
Yeah, just
now.
take English during the summer.
I mean, I barely got finished in 13 years, but these kids can do it.
They're a little smarter.
So now he's already at UT and starts practice on Wednesday, and he should be a senior in high school, and he could play. Like they've already said, he'll
be playing.
He's got a shot to play corner or a safety this year at 17 years old.
Yep.
But if it doesn't work out, just go get somebody in the portal.
Which they did, by the way, this year. Raleek Brown and Hollywood Smothers.
Yeah,
both coming in out of the portal.
They're it's almost, I want to knock on wood. They're so loaded on the offense.
Yeah.
It's just running backs, receivers, quarterback, offensive lineman. Cole Hudson's coming back. I don't know how long he's been at Texas, 4 or 5 years, but he didn't sue, but he applied for another year and they gave it to him. So he's coming back.
They got a quarterback too.
They got a good quarterback. And I don't know if Arch he doesn't get, you think he gets a lot of love.
He does get a lot of love.
He gets a lot of hate too.
Well, but that's just because
they put out they interviewed these private, they don't give their name. There's a couple of GMs out of the Big 12. There's a couple of coordinators I think most of them were in the Big 12 or some in the SEC. And some of them said, not some, I would say 2, said he's not great. His footwork is terrible.
Okay.
And then there's some that said he's special.
Sure.
Like he's going to be the number 1 pick and
no question
should win the Heisman.
Hopefully.
So he gets back and forth, and I don't get it.
You either love him or you hate him.
Yeah, I don't know why you would hate him, but some do. Yeah,
because because his dad and his uncle are NFL guys, and he feels like he got handed this.
Yeah,
because the competition he played against in high school was not very good.
They were terrible,
and because at the moment he hasn't really done anything that warrants all this attention.
Right.
That it just is what it is.
No, he hasn't.
So you get some hate because there's a lot of benefit to being named Manning.
Yeah.
And he's gotten some of that.
Yeah.
But now you got to deliver.
What do you think of Sark's comment? Because he said Arch never claimed he was great, never said he was going to win the Heisman. He just shows up. His teammates love him.
I'm sure they do.
Love him. And sports writers, 2 years ago said he's going to be better than Peyton and Eli, blah, blah, blah. And then when he wasn't, then they turned on him.
Yeah.
Because they were mad that he didn't live up to what they wanted him to be. And Sark said that. And I buy that.
I don't disagree with that.
I buy that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that one bit.
So sports writers wanted him to be Peyton and Eli.
But this is the year you better be that guy.
He has no excuses.
Yeah, this is the year. Everything's laid out perfectly now.
Yeah.
It's your game. It's your team.
Yeah.
And if you don't meet those expectations, well, then that's going to dog you for the rest of the time. You come out of Texas after his 4 years here.
Yeah.
Because he decided and don't get a national championship appearance, not even win.
Yeah.
Then this is going to be a letdown, and it's probably going to be seen as a bit of a waste of talent of Arch Manning.
He can come back next year.
Well,
he can come back.
Come back again.
He won't, but
Why
he's
would
got
he?
the money.
Why would he?
If let's say the Jets are going to draft him, come back to Texas.
Yes.
The Cardinals. Come back to Texas. Some say the Cardinals may have the first pick.
You go back to Texas then too.
Yeah.
Yes. There's no question.
He's it's all right there. The schedule's, you don't understand how hard the schedule is. It's so.
You looking at Arkansas' schedule or Texas's?
No, Arkansas' schedule is hard because they're down this year. So
and it's a hard.
So they won't be favored in
anything
except 2 games. They'll be favored.
Right.
And I think the Ohio State game, the second weekend, I think it's a must win.
No.
I think it's because Texas is not. Sorry, Laura Jenkins, I know you're watching. They're going to lose. They could lose at Tennessee. They could lose at A&M. They could lose. OU's good. I'm telling you, if Texas beats Ohio State, keep an eye on the Texas OU game. That could be 1 versus 2.
Okay.
If OU beats Michigan and they win out, it could be 1 versus 2 in the Cotton Bowl. I can't wait. Oh, my gosh.
You're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Moving on, because we only got a couple minutes left before we get out of the very first show. We were not here from the end of the World Cup.
Thank goodness.
And No. The problem has been post-World Cup, where the president, Gianni Infantino, has tried to figure out a way to sell a piece of FIFA off to an investor group. And I thought it was a unique last week where UEFA, which is the European Soccer Association, where CONCACAF, which is the North American, and ultimately then how I think even the Asians have all come to the conclusion of, if this is what FIFA is going to do, then we won't participate.
Yeah.
And if you didn't see this over the weekend, FIFA has backed away and said, never mind.
Yeah,
which I think was the best thing for the sport. And I think if Infantino was going to keep his position, they had to do this, because he drew a line in the sand, and every one of the soccer organizations globally basically said, no, we're going to cross right over that and run you over, and you won't have anybody play. You're going to have a bunch of, Oceania's going to play in the World Cup, and that'll be it. So I think we held, at least for the moment, in a sport that has a horrific governing body, at least some degree of sense has reigned supreme, at least for that the moment anyway.
I'll check it out in 4 years, I guess.
Yeah.
But
listen,
it was, they lost us redneck Southern SEC football fans. If you watch that last game, and I'm sorry sorry.
The Spain
that was
championship.
Unwatchable. The best player in the world in the history of the sport.
Wow.
Messi,
Careful.
right?
No, I don't know.
He never kicked the ball. He never touched it. I watched him. I'm like, what's he doing? Because I don't know anything about soccer.
Obviously.
He's standing at midfield. He's kind
of
looking around, and then they would almost come down there, and he would get ready to, and never kicked it.
Spain was very good.
That would be like Michael Jordan, LeBron, playing in a basketball game and never touching the ball, never taking a shot.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything like that.
Standing at midcourt. Well, help.
It's nothing like that.
Help old football fan here.
It's nothing like that.
Where you've got the best player in the world.
Who's old.
Has zero impact.
Yeah.
None.
Well, he's old.
Was Spain that much better?
Yes.
But it almost looked like the Cowboys playing Redwater. No disrespect, Redwater.
Oh, I thought you were disrespecting the Cowboys. I thought you meant Redwater was Spain and the Cowboys were Argentina.
It looked like an NFL team playing a middle school team to me.
Okay.
And I knew as soon as it started, I'm like, there's no comparison.
Spain was very good.
Are they that? Is it soccer that hard to kick the ball toward the net?
Well, unless you're playing the France-England game, yes.
So anyway, and they say the Europeans, what's a beautiful game? It's a beautiful. And they're smoking their cigarettes and drinking espressos, and it's beautiful. No, it wasn't.
It was a beautiful game.
It was unwatchable.
It was not unwatchable. If you're a soccer fan, it was a very good last
if Jordan's
weekend.
Listening or my friend Mindy, I'm sorry.
Whatever. All right, before we get out of here, San Francisco Giants baseball team has decided that Harrison Bader's not going to get paid. If you haven't seen this story, Harrison Bader is a baseball player who's had an injury. He's not played since May.
Okay.
He's got a $20 million contract. This past week, as he's recovering, and there's some thought he may or may not have even come back at all this year. He got involved in a scooter accident. Now he's certainly done for the year, and the Giants are taking the opportunity to say, since you're an idiot, we're not going to pay you.
I wouldn't pay him if you're that dumb. Yeah.
He's not getting paid.
You make that much money, you don't need to go jet skis, skiing,
Scootering.
skateboarding, motorcycles. No.
Okay, so you ready for this? Apparently crashed into the back of a fire truck, and the fire truck ran over his foot. Now, what are the odds of that?
It's pretty slim.
What are the odds? It's the second time it's happened to him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. I want to know how he got. By the way, this year he's hitting 170.
If I was making that kind of money, I would never leave the house, and I would have somebody pick me up and take me to the game in a bubble.
Well, I think while he was playing, he wasn't leaving the house. Hitting 170.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
You know, the world needs insurance salesman or
whatever.
Go be a banker or something.
We're out of time. We got to wrap.
Is it really over?
It's that time. I'm looking at my thing. It's 5:59,
wow,
which
fast.
means we're wiping out the hour here. It went very quickly. We want to thank Gerry Stanford for coming on with us and helping us out a little bit to understand exactly what's happening for football high school football teams out there who are having to deal with the heat, especially if you don't have an indoor, like Gerry said. So we thank him. A reminder tomorrow, Billy's in here. And MC Voigt, the new basketball coach over at A&M Texarkana. She is a women's basketball coach. She will be here at 5:30 tomorrow. First show's in the books.
Unbelievable.
We're done. Kevin Carpenter.
We're going to go another 25 years.
I don't know about all that, but we'll do it again next Monday. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, we're done for today. You've been watching Leaving the Yard here on Texarkana Game Day. I'm Chuck Zach, Kevin Carpenter. So long, everybody.